Hi guys, are we starting to see some cracks appear in Rishi Sunak's premiership? What I'm talking about is a call for a government minister to resign over an issue that was raised in the House of Commons. Now, government ministers have been called on to resign before, but it doesn't usually come from their own side. Second, the issue at hand is asylum seekers and where they're to be accommodated. Tory MP Philip Hollobone, who's not a well-known individual, may have struck the first blow as he called on Robert Jenrick, the immigration minister, to consider his position. Have a listen to the reaction from his fellow Tories.
Philip Hollobone.
If the situation is now so bad and chaotic that the minister should consider his position. On Friday, Northamptonshire Council, Northants Police and other local agencies had an online meeting with the Home Office and Serco regarding the potential use of the 51-bed Royal Hotel in Kettering, slap bang in the middle of the town centre. Serious environmental health issues, including mould and no kitchen facilities, were raised. Northants Police raised serious concerns about community safety and vulnerability of the asylum seekers themselves. The Home Office and Serco officials agreed that the hotel would not be used until these issues were properly addressed. Yesterday, Tuesday, the Council was advised that 41 asylum seekers had been moved into the hotel on Sunday afternoon without any notification at all, and this could potentially rise to 80. No biometric or previous offending history data has been shared with the local police. It is totally 100% unacceptable. I asked the Minister face-to-face on the 27th of October for a meeting. I asked him again on the floor of the House last Wednesday. No such meeting has been forthcoming. This is a wrong-headed decision. The local police, the local council and I have been misled, and I have no confidence at all that the Home Office, Serco or the Minister himself have the first clue of what they are doing in relation to this asylum seeker relocation.
Well, I'll be happy to make some inquiries and come back to the gentleman.
Tim Farron.
Okay, so when it comes to this issue, on the left you have the Labour Party, who have been stealing some of the Tories' thunder when it comes to immigration in regards to workers. But on the right, the Conservatives have a big headache, and that's the likes of Nigel Farage and GB News and UKIP and all of these others. What's happening is the issue is being pushed that the government are not interested. This is the idea on the far right. The idea is that the government are not interested in dealing with this problem. They see it as a problem that needs to be dealt with, and they want to push people back to France. They don't want asylum seekers arriving in the UK in the first place. When they arrive, they want them deported immediately. That's not going to happen. And because the UK government has not invested in the resources needed to process asylum claims, and they don't allow asylum seekers to work when they allow them to work, or refugees to work, this creates an atmosphere, a very toxic atmosphere. And the far right and their enablers in the media and in politics are very happy to use this issue to beat the incumbent government. So, of course, it's the Conservatives, and you have the likes of Farage and his friends using this as an issue to whack the Conservatives over the head with. And unfortunately, within the Conservative Party itself, you have a far-right Home Office and Home Secretary who've been attempting to capitalise on this issue as well, trying to weaponize it against the Labour Party. But they've ignored the fact that the far right and people like Farage are also using this issue, but they're using it against the Tories. Now, I don't believe that Philip here, the MP who raised this issue, is grandstanding. He could be just standing here saying, look my constituents, look at what I'm doing, I'm on your side. I don't think it's that. I think he's serious because there's pressure being applied from the public. The public are being egged on by the likes of GB News and Nigel Farage and others to raise this issue, to present it as a massive problem. And who are they going to direct it at? Well, they're going to direct it at their local MP. And if that MP is a Tory, that Tory is going to feel the heat. Now, I don't know the politics of this individual MP, but in the sense of whether he is, a Brexiteer, or if he's somebody who is, one of these racists or bigots, but which is not really important. The important point is that he's asking for the minister to consider his position, which obviously means resign. Now, this is worrying for Rishi Sunak and his Conservative government, because these things start out small. He's not going to resign. Rishi Sunak is not going to resign over this. But if you have one MP willing to stand up and say this, then you're going to have more. And then it starts to move from a trickle to a wave. And we saw it with Boris Johnson as well. We had Tory MP stand up and ask for Boris Johnson to resign or to reconsider his position. But it took enough. It took a significant number. It took a number that were willing to not be afraid of losing the whip to raise this issue. Now, when it comes to the whip, I imagine this MP in particular knew that he would not get punished if he said this. And he won't get punished for saying this. But it is definitely concerning for Rishi Sunak. He wants to play the two sides here. He wants to pretend he cares about asylum seekers, but also use them as a weapon against the Labour Party. The Labour Party are being presented as the party of open borders, the ones who just want to let everyone in. But by playing this game, you're not actually dealing with the problem itself, the problem of not having enough staff and resources to process the claims. And this creates a backlog, and then we saw what happened. Overcrowding at a processing centre, and then those people being moved off to hotels. And if the local community feel that, and are being egged on by the far right, that they shouldn't accept these people into these hotels, then this is what happens. This could potentially, with enough momentum, bring down Rishi Sunak's government. And it will be a bit ironic considering that he put somebody like Suella Braverman in charge of the Home Office. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.